Oh, there he is. Did you do
Sorry about that. Yeah, just checking out this flyer I got.
the virtual live experience yet? Did you see that? Did you guys test it out?
No, I haven't. I haven't scanned you yet, Rob. I got to scan.
You got to put your scan code. You got to put your camera on that scan code, and I come to life. I come to life.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
You know,
that's it.
That happens with the I got this bottle of wine, 19 Crimes with Snoop Dogg on it. If you scan him, he comes to life as well too.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah,
very cool.
Yeah, we just did that, and actually we had pretty good response in our mailing. So we can track every time somebody does it.
Oh, somebody scans it,
times. And it's actually pretty good.
Don't judge me if I scan it 5 times, okay, Rob? It's just
scan it 5 times. It'll make me feel good. I'm not selling it to anybody.
The only thing is, I'm worried about where he scans it. What room in his house? I'm kind of concerned. That's what you got to be concerned.
It's all about the lighting. It's the lighting.
It's the lighting. You know what it is? You know what it is when you go to the restaurant. Say, hey, you know what? I'm going to go to a restaurant. And I'm going to say, can I put my scan codes here so when they scan it, I come to life? That's a great selling tool right there.
And you explain the menu. Like you come on and explain the menu.
Yeah. Hey, everybody, over here we have this and we have that. But yeah, we just put that out. We're going to see how that rolls. And
that's really cool. Very innovative. That's awesome. Yeah. Very cool.
That's all. So, guys, I want to talk about a situation that happened this week. And we had multiple offers on this one property, and one of my agents on my team was, representing the seller. And this guy from out of town, I find they're rude. Okay, these agents coming from the west into the east. Mm-hmm. Is that right? Yes, the east.
No, east to the west. Right.
Yeah. East to the west. Whatever. Anyway, yeah. They're coming down this way, and a lot of them are sore losers. They're really bad. So there was 3 offers, just 3 offers. We weren't holding offers on this property, 3 offers. This guy came in. He was, I think, lower than the highest offer. And his offer had, 3 Schedule A's, all these stipulations, this, and that. No conditions. Lower offer, no conditions. Messy offer, crossing out. It was just, everything was just chicken scratch on this offer. So the agent on my team decided to go with the higher offer, somebody that, recognizable and somebody that, reputable and everything. And he starts going on her, like just cutting her and just verbally abusing her and texting. And I go, whoa, back up. And I called this guy and I said to him, I go, what's the matter with you? I said, you did not get this. 2 reasons. 1, you were a lower offer, and 2, your offer was crap. It was like who typed your offer? I says, you want to come in, you got to come in clean. I says, who taught you how to type these offers up? Oh, he's going, well, we're a brokerage, older brokerage, and they're still old school. I says, there you go. You just told yourself something. Change brokerages. Change brokerage. I made him apologize.
He wasn't with Remax. He wasn't with Remax.
He wasn't with Remax. It was a home life anyway. Home life anyway. But can I say that?
Old brokerage.
I'll get letters in the mail.
Probably.
So anyway, this guy, I said to him, I says, you better call my agent up and apologize. Otherwise, I'm coming to Brampton. And I am going to hunt you down and make sure you pick up the phone. He goes, okay. You know what I mean? So anyway, but you know what, Conrad? Like, are we getting a lot of people being sore losers out there? Is there?
Oh yeah, there's no question.
Like, what the heck? Like, what's going on?
And then after the fact, they come in. Well, we would have paid more money. Well, why didn't you do it at the time? There's a system here, but. It's interesting you said about those, there's a fine line, protecting the buyer and having your buyer score the deal. And I think you need to be with a strategic buyer rep and understand, look, there are some risks. And are people doing like the worst case scenario budget? What's the worst case scenario? Furnace? Can you weather, if we need to replace a furnace or a roof or what have you? I think you have to have these conversations. because, this market is keep going up and up and up. I'll tell you something. I think that in Toronto, they haven't had home inspections clauses for 10 years. And the reason for that is because it didn't matter what problem the house had. 6-7 months would solve that problem, because your property would increase by, at least double or triple what that expense would have been, right? You know what I'm saying? So the market was so accelerating so quickly. Look, I always say we don't represent buyers and sellers. We represent the transaction, and it's got to be the win-win. And I think people really have to, pre-inspections. There's a whole bunch of strategies that people can do to protect their buyers. But you're right. People get, they get scared by, onerous, Schedule A's, Schedule B's that have lots of terms and things in it. People are going to go with the cleanest offer, 100%.
Yeah, and we actually had a good save, actually, because everybody is going in cash, and like you said, Conrad, you got to have the backup plan as well too.
Yeah.
We had one where there was upon inspection, post going in cash, right? They got to go and look. They needed some work, and they'd used up all their down payment. We were actually using a program we hadn't used in ages, which was cash back. Like we had one where it was an $800,000 mortgage. We were able to give them $24,000 in cash back, which was more than enough than what they needed. And with rates being so low, they build it into the rate, so you get a small premium on the rate. But that was more than enough to give them the funds to fix what they needed to fix and sort of move on and be super happy with it. So it's having backup plans, like you say, Rob, having clean offers and knowing A to Z. If something goes wrong, what's option B? What's option C? What's option D?
Yeah.
Tell me if I'm out of line here. So I was talking on the radio show about when you're picking your agent. I said you gotta pick. Like, people out there don't know if agents are good or bad. Okay, the public doesn't know. But if you pick the wrong agent, that's got like he conducts his business badly amongst other agents, he's unethical, he's arrogant, and he's burned a lot of bridges, he's screwed a lot of agents. There's a big factor there that could deter or somebody not getting a house because they used the wrong agent. Forget about, they could have the highest price.
Absolutely.
But you know what I mean? I mean, you and I know, and we all know, certain agents out there just do not their credibility is zero, and they're in the marketplace, but their clients do not know that. And how does a client find that out? Not everybody has Google reviews. I saw one big team in Toronto. He has zero. He doesn't even. You can't even put a Google review on his site. He doesn't even have it. I think that tells me something there. If you know what I mean. If you can't put a review or a Google review for an agent, stay away. If you can't go and log in on Google and say, hey, this guy was a great experience or a bad experience. If you can't do it either way, you know what? There's a reason why he doesn't have Google reviews on his site, and I think you should look out for that. But yeah, you're right.
I think it's the same in our broker community as well too. We've seen, and I've talked to realtors that they're not comfortable bringing a pre-approval from certain mortgage brokers because they may have a reputation of not closing or not doing their due diligence. It's exactly the same in the mortgage space as the real estate space. And I think Google reviews are important. You can't, I could call up 20 of my friends to give me a good review, but it's hard to call up 100 or 500 of them, right?
Yeah.
So,
and your mom.
Your
mom and dad. But Rob, you're so right. I think that realtor currency, people don't understand amongst themselves what that means. The realtor community, your reputation. Listen, I know that people work, when they see it's your name on the listing and they know they're going to be handled fairly and equitably and all that kind of thing. I think that's critical. And I'll tell you, you want to go a step further. And I know there's a couple agents in our company. I've talked about it for about 10 years. Having not just Google reviews, obviously, no question, but having a couple reviews from realtors, especially if you've done referrals with people, get those guys that you've done a referral, that they've referred you, get realtors to refer you. I'll tell you, it's going to say something loud and clear. And when you're interviewing an agent and say, hey, do you have any realtor referrals there? And they say no. Well, why not? Because I'll tell you something. it's great to know that your community is proud to work with you. And yeah, it goes a long way. It goes a long way when you're in the heat of a transaction, right?
Oh, for sure, for sure. I remember, I think Conrad, this is over 10 years ago. And you might remember this guy. He was gray-haired, ponytail, and I don't think he's in the business anymore. I'm not sure. But he would write deals, and they wouldn't close, so he can get advances.
Yes,
on
I know
his
you're
commission.
talking about. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you know who I'm talking. Yeah, okay, so
Yeah, I know.
are we going back to 10 plus years ago?
Yeah.
Or unless there's another guy that we're. But
Well, yeah, about that.
Anyway,
Yeah, probably.
But see, there was a guy there, and I'll never forget. We were in multiple offers. That guy brought in an offer on our listing, and he was higher. We did not go with his because of his reputation, and because he was doing bad deals. His deals wouldn't close, and so And how does the public know that? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, you're right. Conrad, exactly, you're right. Like, there's got to be a scorecard with maybe the real estate board or something like. I don't know. It's hard. We get like agents get in battles with each other because they get personal, and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, you got to be careful who you deal with out there. And I always stress to our agents, just try to get along. Try to be good to the other agent, because we're going to come across them again, or they're going to come across us.
Yep.
Try to be good. But some agents, man, they do deserve a licking. That's it for sure.
Yeah. And you can't demonize the other side. You know what I mean? Like, that's the other part. Like, sometimes you demonize the buyer or you demonize the seller, and it's not going to get you anywhere, right? I think it's a challenging market, and you need a great buyer rep right now. Like you need great listing agents too to navigate through it. But right now, you got to be real strategic on the buy side. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So before we got a couple more minutes. So one thing, appointments are way up. Is this the most that we've seen?
Yep.
Like, are we getting record number of appointments? Inventory's way
record
down.
numbers.
Prices are way up. What's going on?
Well, it's funny. We're seeing 2-day high. Like, normally we see like a 1-day high, which is a Friday, but now we're seeing 2-day highs, which is like Thursday, Friday. It's pretty amazing in terms of the numbers, and people are really jumping at listings. We're also seeing another interesting thing. Before, it was like, look, right in the thick of January, we were seeing 34 showings per sale. Now we're seeing like maybe 22, 23 showings per sale, which is great. The other cool thing is we're seeing 200 new listings, 200 sales in a week, which before we were seeing like 80 listings and 180 sales. So the inventory is starting to percolate. I predict, February, March, we're going to see it's going to be a straight line up in terms of sales volumes and sales unit sales. Straight line.
And prices will kind of level off a little bit. You think we hit the max, or do you think there's more room still?
I think there's still some more room. There's some pockets that are still undervalued. Guys, I believe the undervalued piece, right? It's alive and well in Hamilton and even in Burlington. When you compare Burlington to Oakville, come on, it was like that line with at Burl Oak or what have you. Like, it was a wall. Finally, it's dripping through, and there's some value conscious consumers from the east that are dipping their toe in Burlington and Hamilton, of course, right, and all the way through to Niagara. But yeah, no, I think we're still got some room in some categories. Absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah.
And anyway, guys, listen. Thanks so much, Conrad Zurini, broker of the year, great broker, RE/MAX starting in Niagara, and Brian Hogben, great mortgage broker, and got a big team throughout Hamilton, Halton, Niagara, and myself. See you, everybody. Have a great weekend. Thanks for listening.